I ain't gonna lie, we in the end times, bro. End times when it comes to America specifically. And after I graduate college, bro, I'm not staying in America, bro. We just not staying in America. One reason we not staying in America, and this is a big reason. Rent is getting more expensive. The cost of living is getting more expensive, dude. And in I don't be understanding how most people just be having the ability to just like buy a car and shit. Or like me personally, bro, when it comes to my circumstances, I don't even feel like as much as I want to have a car, financing and all that, I don't got time to be doing that because you putting yourself in more responsibility that you gotta pick yourself up and carry yourself out of just for enough time to pass by to where you gotta pay for something else or you gotta move in this. It's like a constant trap when it comes to America. So after I graduate college, bro, the plan is to go to China, bro. Just head to China. Head to China.
Witnessing the fall of the United States. We're legitimately witnessing the fall of the United States. It doesn't work for our generation, bro. It just does not. Check me out. Okay, the generation before us, our parents, they were building cribs, buying cribs for $150K, putting $5 to $10K down payment. Then their shit tripled, quadrupled over the last decade, 2 decades. Brother, a starter home is not even a starter home. A starter home for us is like a luxury home for what it was back then. 300, 400K, you're gonna be paying 4 to 5K a month. That's why everybody rents, bro. After COVID, one company bought all that shit up, and brother, they don't want to own property anymore, and most people aren't gonna own property. Really running like this, 4K in a mortgage, like $1,500 in groceries, $500 in gas a month. What are we at, 6 bands? You need to make 6 figures at least to survive. To live a good life, like $250,000.
Those numbers are crazy that it's really gotten to that point, ain't it? He's right. You can't get a starter home. A starter home is the family home that you always were eyeing, like, man, when I get rich, I'm gonna get this house. Now that's a starter home, right? That's why people are, like you said, that's why people renting. You will own nothing and be happy. Home ownership is at the lowest that it's been for this generation at hand, right? Reading the comments here, everybody saying the American dream is to leave America. Do you get it now? I've been saying that on the channel. I got my visa. I'm moving to China in 2027. So look, everybody trying to move. They don't see nothing getting better. They see it getting better by them getting out. That's the only way.
I'm a mother with 3 kids, and I can only afford a 1-bedroom apartment for all 4 of us. Let me show you where we sleep and how I make it work. And don't call the police on me. I'm doing the best I can. So basically, this is the living room area. This is the dining room area. I do have to get my table that's coming later today. But this is a drop-down bed, futon table. My back camera is shit, so I'm sorry if you can't see that. That flips up and that goes down. It's really comfy. It's thick. It's not thin. One of the kids lay there. I do have a wraparound couch. And no lie, I probably sleep on that. Most of the time. One of the other little kids may lay right here, and I will probably lay right there. A bedroom, I have a king size bed. Most of the time, both my boys do lay in this. It's pretty big. You can fit a whole bunch of people on it. But this is how we make it work, and I just wanted to share that with you and a part of my life. So don't be ashamed if you're living with multiple people in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. Life is set up like that, and we make it work.
This is a PSA for all of the privileged, rich, wealthy Americans. Hi, my name is Bridget. I'm 32 years old. I work full time, and my paycheck does not give me enough to even get the bare minimums, okay? I had a savings account, and I just had to use about half of it just to get by until my next paycheck. Okay, and the reality of that is once my savings is gone, I don't have a crutch. I don't have any more crutches. And the stress of going grocery shopping, y'all, I'm at Aldi, okay, which is quite literally probably one of the cheaper grocery options. And the way that I have to pinch my pennies just to make sure I have enough food until the next paycheck is quite literally wild. So to all of my single humans out there, you're doing amazing. And you know, we're a 1-income family. My fur babies don't work. I wish they did. I wish there was an opportunity, but What are we supposed to do? Like, when is enough enough? Because this kind of living is unsustainable. Unsustainable. Meanwhile, y'all are out here driving your Teslas and your Cybertrucks and your G-Wagons. Y'all, I'm in a Chevy Equinox, okay? And I'm starting to think I need to trade it in.
But look, this is the thing. The people in the Cybertrucks and the Teslas don't think just because they're in a Cybertruck or a Tesla that they are well off. Some of them are. I'm going to give them that. Some of them are. Some of them living beyond their means. They pinching pennies for them groceries too. Don't get it twisted.
Because I can't afford life anymore. When is enough enough? I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. I have a college degree. I am overqualified for my job. I am severely, severely underpaid. What are we supposed to do? What's the answer? Because I think the next step for me, I'm gonna have to look into food stamps, and I bet you my salary is above the threshold. But obviously, I'm $85.26 away from being in the negative. What are we supposed to do? How am I supposed to buy groceries for 2 weeks with $85 only to have 26 cents left in my bank account? When is enough enough?
You know it's bad when people start turning donating plasma into a side gig. They know how many times they can go to this location to get the maximum payment before they drop it down to a lower amount. Yeah, if I go here, they'll give me $100 3 times. Then I can go to this one. They gonna give me $75 3 times. Then it dropped down to 50. So I'm gonna go to this one, max out at 100. Go to that one, max out at all my 75s. Then go to this one, and I can come 2 times per week. You know it's bad when people doing that. That's happening. I seen some people I know doing it. I'm like, man, it's bad.
So one of the saddest things I've noticed over the past few years in Canada isn't even financial anymore. It's psychological, it's social, it's emotional. People are slowly cutting all the joy out of their lives just to survive financially. And, honestly, I don't think we talk about that part enough, because when people discuss the cost of living crisis, they're usually focusing on the obvious stuff like housing, groceries, gas, debt. But what quietly disappears first are all the things that actually make life feel enjoyable and balanced, like vacations disappear, hobbies disappear, nights out disappear, sports disappear, family trips, extracurricular activities, like even the little things, taking your kid out for ice cream without mentally calculating your bank account first, starts disappearing. And, people adapt to it so gradually that they almost don't even notice it's happening at first. They just slowly move into survival mode. So I was talking to a guy named Chris recently, works full-time, decent job, hard-working guy, and he told me his family used to do one small road trip every summer. Nothing extravagant, just a few days away together. He said this year they quietly decided not to do it because between groceries, insurance, gas, and housing costs, they simply couldn't justify it anymore. And honestly, that hit me harder than hearing about some abstract inflation statistic on the news. Because this is what economic pressure actually looks like in real life. It's not always dramatic collapse. Sometimes it's just the slow removal of everything that made life feel enjoyable.
That's what I'm saying. As I say, it's a slow roll. That's what I mean when I say that. It's slowly happening. It's not all at once. That way people really don't notice it. And it's not just Canada either. This is happening in America. It's really the top 5, right? The top 5 countries mainly that is happening. All the other countries, like third world countries, they've been in survival mode. They don't notice a difference much.
Once people start living that way long enough, burnout creeps in hard, right? People stop feeling excited about their future. They stop planning things. They stop looking forward to stuff. Like everything becomes maintenance. Everything becomes management. Everything becomes, hey, can we afford this? And look, I'm not saying people should live irresponsibly or beyond their means or pretend money doesn't matter. Obviously, budgeting matters. Obviously, discipline matters. But there's a huge difference between being financially responsible and living in a constant state of low-grade financial anxiety where everything feels stressful, right? And honestly, I think that's where a huge number of Canadians are standing right now, right? Especially parents, because parents will cut themselves down to absolutely nothing
before they let their kids feel the pressure fully. Like they'll stop buying things for themselves, they'll stop taking breaks, they'll stop resting, they'll stop enjoying life, and they'll stop smiling while quietly carrying enormous stress internally, right? And that's why I keep saying this isn't just an economic issue anymore, it's a mental health issue too. And chronic financial pressure changes people psychologically over time. It creates exhaustion, irritability, anxiety, hopelessness. And, when enough people in a society start feeling that way simultaneously, you start seeing it everywhere in relationships, in workplaces, online discussions, public anger, like all of it. And honestly, this is another reason why I think more Canadians are starting to rethink how they approach money entirely, because the old model of relying on one paycheck and hoping things stabilize eventually is feeling less and less secure to many people. More people are realizing that they need options, they need additional income, new skills, different approaches, not because everybody wants to become rich overnight, but because people want breathing room again. They want to stop feeling guilty for enjoying life. They want to stop feeling stressed every single time an unexpected expense shows up. They want to stop, surviving and start actually living again. And honestly, I don't think that's unreasonable at all.
People would like to start thriving instead of surviving. He said people are feeling guilty for enjoying themselves or spending money on themselves. Yeah, that's the thing. You ever spend some money and you feel bad about it? You got something you wanted, but you feel bad, like I shouldn't have did that. That's what he's talking about right there. Makes sense? Yeah, this is a psychological issue. This is a mental health issue. It's affecting them mentally. You can see it on the road. That's not just road rage. That's people frustrated more than ever about the things that they're battling. They might have been mad that they just had to put $70 in the tank. Now they taking it out on the driver in front of them, you know what I mean? But that's a major one. Mental health is at the lowest. When I say the lowest, I'm not saying the lowest amount of people battling mental health. I'm saying people's mental health is at the lowest it's been. Being at a 10 would be good. People mental health at a 2 or 3 right now.